you're trying to figure out what the U.S. will look like into the future, worst case is kind of what's happening in the UK right now. People getting arrested over Facebook posts.
And this is why you really got to be smart in the way that you fight these things.
This is Strategic Basics, and we bring you breaking news and turn them into business breakthroughs. Let's take a look at what is happening in the UK and in Ireland with this issue of free speech. And I agree with Tucker Carlson. If we want to know what's going to happen with the US, oftentimes we follow the UK. So this matters to everyone in North America, as well as in Europe, as well as the entire world. I'm Aurora Winter, and let's take a look at the breaking news.
Particularly in places that don't have free speech,
yes.
Right? Like England,
where they lock people up for memes and stuff. Literally.
Yeah. 12,000 people this year.
12,000?
12,000 arrests for social media posts.
I mean,
wow, 12,000 people arrested for social media posts. I don't know. Have you read George Orwell's 1984? And now it's 2025, but wow, it seems to be here. And did you read Ray Bradbury's book, Fahrenheit 451? Authors are warning of this. And even now in 2025, Aurora Winter is warning of censorship in my fantasy series, Magic, Mystery, and the Multiverse. This matters around the world. Nothing could be more important in my view than free speech. It underpins all human rights, all human dignities, democracy, and it is our most important thing of all the things in the news. I think this is the most important, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. Let's take a look at what's happening in Ireland right now. Riots were triggered in Ireland as allegedly a 10-year-old girl was raped, and this is the response.
Minister Micheál Martin paid tribute to the police's response, saying in a statement, "I strongly condemn the violent disorder that unfolded in City West in Dublin this evening. There can be no justification for the vile abuse against police or the attempted assaults and attacks on members of the force that will shock all right-thinking people." As in many European countries, demonstrations against immigrants and refugees have become common in Ireland in recent years.
Now, obviously, I am not for riots and don't believe that the police should be pelted with rocks. However, any right-minded person would be violently against the rape of a 10-year-old girl. And this is what has got tensions going. It's like, where is the right? And I just want to talk about free speech because that's my area of expertise. I help people craft their messages. I inspire and encourage and empower thought leaders to be leaders. And what does it mean to be a leader? It means to have thoughts that might be different, that might be valuable, that are not just repeating the porridge that everybody else is saying. So if you are an author, an expert, an entrepreneur, a leader in any capacity, in order to be a leader, you must have the ability to speak your thoughts. And so this is such a core issue, and I really wanted to dive deeper into it today. Unfortunately, it seems that we're living in the very dystopias that we were warned about by George Orwell and others. Stories didn't just predict this. They're now our best defense. So writers, leaders, storytellers, TEDx speakers must now rise, not in 5 years when it's probably too late, but rise now and speak up for what you believe. And you don't have to speak violently, but this is not about left versus right. It's about right versus wrong. Obviously, the rape of a 10-year-old girl is wrong. And we seem to have got it twisted where the people who are speaking out, outraged about a rape, are getting more harsh penalties than rapists. You think I'm exaggerating? I actually learned this by listening to the Joe Rogan episode with Elon Musk that just dropped. But here's the underlying news story. This absolutely shocked me. I had to fact check it. I'm like, what? Is that really true? Let me share it with you. German court gives a woman harsher punishment than a convicted rapist for calling him, quote unquote, a disgraceful pig. That doesn't seem too harsh for a rapist of a child. He was convicted of gang raping a 15-year-old girl in Hamburg in 2020. But the woman who called him a disgraceful pig got a harsher penalty than the rapist of gang raping a 15-year-old girl in Hamburg in 2020. We are living in an upside down world. This is absolutely crazy. Free speech is the bedrock of thought leadership. Silence is compliance. So I'm speaking out. And if you are interested in this kind of heart-wrenching but really important content, please like and subscribe, because I expect the YouTube algorithm will want to bury this heartfelt but somewhat political point of view. So please do like and subscribe and comment. I think this is a really important issue. Free speech really matters. Do you want your voice to be silenced? I don't think so. What do you think? Do you think it's more important that your words, your thoughts be heard? Or do you think it's more important that we protect someone who gang rapes a 15-year-old girl? Or do you think it's more important that we be heard? I think it's ludicrous that the penalty for speaking out on social media, calling a rapist, somebody who gang raped a 15-year-old child, really, calling him a disgraceful pig. Yeah, he is, I would say. And who knows, maybe this episode will be completely banned by YouTube. But it's true. Let's speak the truth. In the recent Joe Rogan episode where he interviewed Elon Musk, Elon said something really profound, which he said, the most important thing is that we train the AI to be truthful. To be truthful is key. When we have the truth, we can sort things out from there. But when we start with lies, it's not going to go well. And especially now that everything is speeding up with AI, we need to lean into what's true, and we need to respectfully listen to other people's opinions and not throw them in jail. In my view, not throw them in jail for calling somebody who gang rapes a 15-year-old a disgusting pig or whatever she said. That seems just obvious. All right, so one more key point. Empathy is being weaponized. I'm a very empathetic person, and narcissists can use people who have empathy, but now we have gone to the state of suicidal empathy. This is where people who genuinely care, that's being weaponized against them. When a culture cares more about protecting rapists' feelings than protecting victims and keeping them safe, we have completely gone upside down. This is crazy world. We've lost the plot. We've lost the plot. Mercy without justice is just madness. And we want to protect the innocent, the young, the vulnerable, but we don't want to extend that same level of empathy to murderers and rapists. I think that should be obvious. I want to give the last word here to somebody who lives in the UK, Russell Brand, and let's hear his opinion about this whole issue.
Firstly, let's have a look at Lucy Connolly that's been jailed for a tweet. This is a response to a Joe Rogan post. After learning of the murder of 3 young British girls, Lucy Connolly wrote, "Mass deportation now. Set fire to all their effing hotels full of the bastards for all I care. While you're at it, take the treacherous government and politicians with them. I feel physically sick knowing." So, look, that's a pretty leery post that Lucy Connolly made there. But let me know in the comments and chat whether you think that she deserves to be jailed for that. During the time of the murder of those 3 girls, I think a lot of us that were parents felt like,
Thank you, Russell Brand. So to wrap this up, J.R.R. Tolkien, when he was writing The Hobbit, and he wrote about all those hobbits in the Shire who were having second breakfasts and enjoying their pipe, they were innocent of the danger of Sauron that was just around the corner. Actually, J.R.R. Tolkien was talking about the people in the UK and how innocent they can be of the danger lurking around the corner. The Hobbit is actually warning people about real things, real politics. So if you reread The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, consider that J.R.R. Tolkien was trying to warn us about complacency and warn us about being focused on our second breakfasts, on our little comforts, and ignoring the dangers that were happening just over the hill, right? So I think we all want to be like Bilbo Baggins and go on an adventure, but also confront evil and hopefully let us triumph. So to wrap this up, this is Aurora Winter. I'm Strategic Basics, and we bring you breaking news stories so that you can consider what difference does this make in your life as a business owner, an entrepreneur, an author, a thought leader. Are you going to speak up, or are you going to just let this slide on by? And do you think that somebody who has raped or gang raped a child, a teenager, a 10-year-old, that that insulting them is more important than throwing the rapists in jail? I find that completely appalling, and this is, in my opinion, why there are huge riots in Dublin. So to wrap this up, if the pen is mightier than the sword, then censorship is the sword of tyranny.